So it builds a lot of liquidity at the highs. You can clearly see it on the daily, how we have these highs, right? If we use mainly the advanced liquidity, we can see that price is in resistance, price is in a bearish market structure. On the lower time frames, price is in this bearish market structure. On the higher time frames, so we have liquidity at this high, and we have liquidity at this high, right? This would be the first target for today, main target actually for today. If you want to see price keep expanding, then I will aim towards this high, nothing further, right? What do I expect for today? So we have went up, right? We've done this manipulation to the downside, right? Price is down, this manipulation to the downside as expected. So this manipulation has built liquidity at this high and at these highs. This means we've taken this high and we have more buy side targets at these highs. So I can see price go towards these highs, right, today. But before it will happen, not many people miss. So many people mark their liquidity. Okay, so they say, okay, this is their liquidity. They expect price to reach this liquidity, so they are going to long off the open, right? So they are quickly entering their longs, right? So they are not thinking, oh, maybe price needs to see some sort of retest or anything like this, because they don't understand liquidity. Now we've reached a very, very, very strong resistance zone, right? So at the moment, let's say you have a zone, okay? So you have a zone, the price keeps on going, so you want to see some sort of rejection from the zone in order to enter your short. So, right, so same with retail. So we want to see some sort of rejection over here, and then we'd be able to long this rejection towards the high. So I'm expecting some sort of a bearish open, right, towards this lows, towards this area, and then I would be able to long towards the highs. So I'm expecting some sort of accumulation, some sort of rejection from this resistance, right? So I won't enter a long off the bed, so I'll wait for some strong candle that will say to give retail a false thinking that we are going down. This is why many times, right, you see like an equal highs, right? And you think, okay, now if price is over here, then it needs to go to the equal highs. But what really happens, it's rejected from the equal highs. Retail are building short positions over here, putting their stop loss over here, and only once there are enough stop loss, then price goes towards the equal highs. Right, so I want to see some sort of rejection to the downside in order to fake retail. We are going down. Let's go to GC. So actually it's mainly it's GC and silver, so I do want to do it like this. So what do we have on this on GC? As you see, price is in expansion on the 4 hour, on the daily expansion. You don't show this, okay? Very, very simple. You just don't show this. Why? Because price keeps on going up, right? Goes up, goes up, goes up. Okay, so yeah, you'd be better longing this 100 times and losing the one time you'd fail. Now, so if we are only looking for longs, then we want to see some sort of sell side getting taken or some sort of manipulation candle. Now on GC, because price keeps on going up, so I want to understand my structure. So this is my structure, right? Low, high, low, high. So if we take a range from the low to the high, we can see that price didn't give retail a chance to enter, right? This is model 1. This might be sophisticated because you don't understand liquidity, advanced liquidity, but retail looks to buy over here this zone. Why they are looking to buy this zone? Because this is a support zone, plus it's the retracement of the bearish market structure, right? So they are looking to buy this zone, placing the stop loss here and aiming higher, right? So this is retail position they would like to see, right? What price is doing? It's going down in this carry candle without entering the masses, right? As you see, it stays in premium and also gives many signs that retail needs to start selling, right? So it doesn't offer them any long at the support, while it actually gives them many reasons to sell, right? So we have this resistance, we have this bearish market structure on the lower time frame, price getting rejected from the resistance, price not closing in discount, right? So retail are currently selling without buying, right? So they want to buy over here, right? So they would like to buy over here at the support while they are selling the resistance. So this creates liquidity, right? So we can say this is our invalidation zone, right? Why invalidation? Retail are buying over here. So we have this resistance. So the first swing high above the resistance will be the buy side target, all time high, right? So we can expect price to deliver higher from here, right? We also have, as you see, we have this bearish market structure, right? Now retail are selling over here. Retail are selling like this, right? Trying to catch the high. And price is made buy sided high, and we've taken some sell sides. Now, in order to see an entry, let's wait for more information in the open, right? We're in the open. So as I said before, I'm waiting for a rejection from this resistance, a rejection towards this order block maybe, and right, so we can actually mark it, a rejection towards the order block, and I want to see some sort of expansion towards the buy sides. Okay. So I want to see good expansion, right? Sorry, good rejection, strong rejection, because the resistance is in the higher time frame, and this rejection isn't enough. So I want to see a big rejection, even a 4-hour red close could be great over here. So for gold, so there are sellers over here. There are no buyers on the higher time frames. What do I like to see? I want to see it. It's not mandatory, but I'd like to see price close over here, right? Makes retail really bearish, and then I want to see price return to give them a chance to short, and I will long this move, right? We have this resistance. The going down is mandatory, but closing over here enters retail sellers within the range, right? You can ask questions in the chat, right? Don't use the platform you have, right? Okay. Nine. So retail are buying on Bitcoin mainly, right? So there are a lot of retail who are trading the daily. So it doesn't really matter, right? Many people are trading the daily on Bitcoin. Now let's see if we can see some sort of entry over here with gold. So as I said, we are rejecting from this resistance. We've taken the sell side, right? Why this is sell side? Because this is a support, right? So I want to see some sort of a clean close below the support. It doesn't really have to happen, but I think it will be great for my god any gold position. This isn't the clearest thing we could see. Okay, so let's go to NQ. So NQ is really rejecting to the downside. So if you ask why I'm not taking a shot, because this is like a theory, okay? So I want to see rejection from the resistance, but it's more of a theory, right? So I want to see retail shorters enter, but price doesn't have to do it, right? So it's being magneted towards this buy side. So I want to trade I want to take the trade that like it's 100%, right? Will go towards this high other than the theory of a rejection from this resistance. So price is going down from the resistance. GC is still in this candle. We need to wait for a close on the 15 minute to decide anything. Right, because price after taking the sell side can just bleed down, right, with the 15 minute. Okay, so price can just go down if this is 15 minutes. So right, so this green candle can just be a red one, and NQ is rejecting from the resistance, like I thought. Now let's think of a execution, right? How we can execute this. So we are rejecting from this resistance. So this rejection is building liquidity at this high, right? So it's building liquidity at the high. That we want to take, right? Now if you want to play it with range, right? So we didn't take this buy side, so this would be our range to play with today. So I don't really want to see price return towards these zones, right? So I want to see the up move I'm referring to happen from these zones. Why? Because retail are not entering longs over here, and they are only focused on their shorts. Okay. Let's check silver. So I didn't explain about silver, but I wanted it to take this low, right? So we might see lower on gold, but I wanted it to take the low. So let's see. So I do want to see a downside on gold and on silver. Why I want it? So let's remove this writing. I just mess. But why I wanted to take the low? Because we have this bullish structure. Retail we're buying over here, and we have liquidity at the low. And also it will be great if like silver takes the low. So I see there is an SMT, so it might not take the low, right, because of the coloration. relation. So I just wait for the 15-minute close right before doing anything or thinking about anything. Yes. Okay, so NQ is rejecting. We have this equal highs. We have more highs over here. We are really close to the desired order block. Again, PDRAs comes after liquidity, right? Liquidity, what is liquidity? These highs are my targets. This rejection enters retail sellers, also liquidity, and then comes the PDRAs. Okay, so I see today we are more people. Actually, I'm happy to see it. Um, so yes, gold is going down. Now for execution, right? So we've taken the sell side. I think we can remove this, right? It doesn't really matter. So we've taken the sell side, and we've made new buy side at the high, and we've rejected on the other time frame from this discount that we don't want to close in it. As per execution, what I want to see, right? If this is the range, then I'd want to see a close at the resistance in order to trigger a long, right? So now close at the resistance, then I won't enter. There are no retail sellers, and I won't enter a long. So this rejection, we have this rejection. So I think with NQ, I wait for a 4-hour close, right? Think it will benefit the position because the 4-hour close will say to retail, oh now, here's the rejection needed from the resistance, and this would be like the check for the masses to enter their shorts. We might miss it, but again, I want to see a clear rejection. This is enough, but it's not providing enough confirmation for me. So let's say if we are entering a position over here, how can we do it? So we can only take it like this, and honestly, that's not something I personally want to take. Okay, so let's wait for the close. So if we close over here, then I won't enter immediately because the RR is bad. If we are going to see some sort of a red candle that goes over here, I might take a hit like this, right? Something in this region. But yes, we need to wait. So let's organize this a bit. Now after viewing the liquidity, we can also see this is inversed gap, right? Taking sell side, inversing the gap, giving retail a chance to sell. This is a good confirmation for long, and we have buy side at the highs. The only thing reducing its quality, it is going up from this support. So yes, this reduces the quality, but it's still a good position. Now on NQ, as you see, price isn't going up yet, right? So I want to see the 4-hour close, so we need to wait 15 minutes, right, for our close in this FEG. Maybe next candle touches the OB, and then I will enter the long. So prices closed at the resistance, creating liquidity at the highs, right? At this high, and this would be the first target, right? First target. Why first target? First swing above resistance. Okay, so let's see the one I'm just confirming. Okay, so I think I will enter if it will return to this IFG. So I've entered the position like this with half risk. Reduce the risk because price is going up from this support. But yes, so I'm in this position. Let's see how it will act. Let's go to NQ. Still waiting for the 4-hour close. Nothing special. So I want to see some sort of a close right over here, close right a dip towards this zone of the order block. I don't think we have to take this low, so we can continue up because we've already taken this sell. Okay, so this isn't a good reaction of GC. Okay, let's see if it will be able to recover from this drop. So NQ is delivering right without waiting for the 4-hour candle. That's definitely not a good reaction, right? Returning to this support area and all of this. But yes, it's okay. It's only half risk. So NQ did not close the 4-hour. Anyway, I don't like longing when this is structure, right? You can clearly see this is a bullish structure and this is a manipulation. So I'd want to see price close a bit lower. Let's see if it will happen. I hope so, right, for a long. If not, so not. Clearly this long doesn't fit my model. So no FOMO over here. We did get the rejection. We didn't get the 4-hour red close I wanted to see. So looks like silver has taken its sell side that I wanted to take. Um, and NQ has taken the buy side without our red close. Um, we can still go towards the buy side of the day, right? So might be some sort of manipulation that will join. Doesn't seem like it, but we'll wait. And GC doesn't look too wonderful. I'm trying to think how can I catch this NQ. Now after taking the first buy side of the day, um, so gold recover, right? I think if this GC will hit stop loss, I will stop. Right, for some reason I'm feeling stressed a bit. I'm feeling a bit emotional. Don't know why. Maybe it's this missed thank you plus the not so great trade on gold. Right, the stop loss is at this perfect low. Okay, so another day where our analysis is good, thank you. But we didn't take any position. Um, Yesterday we didn't get an entry. Today we did get some sort of entry, but it didn't fit my higher time frame analysis, so I didn't trade it. GC we did take a long on it. As you see, the long didn't succeed. So didn't succeed. Right? Looks like it won't succeed. So the 1 hour, the 15 minute did close. Now closes below the support. So I put it half risk because it didn't close, and now looks like it has closed. So okay, so because I've missed this NQ long, right? And I'm feeling kind of emotional with this gold trade. This will be the only trade for today. If it works, it works. If not, uh, okay, I will close it the day in red. Right, no need to keep trading when I feel emotional. Right, I feel a bit emotional, but let's see, maybe it will surprise us. So I placed my stop loss at the low because the retailers who are selling at this resistance, so they are placing their TP at the low, and right, so this is why my stop loss is there. I don't like putting stop losses below, right above the low, below FEGs because in liquidity wise, it doesn't really say anything. So let's see if over here it will treat us nicely for doing so. So if it passes this zone, then I think it will absolutely go up. Just here, this is uh, the scary zone, right? Where it can just go towards the equal lows, right, and finish the business. As per NQ, I think the only trade that can be done over here is a continuation one, right? Like a drop to these areas. Let's mark it. A drop to these areas, right? Some sort of a model one drop to these areas and continuation. This is the only trend I see with NQ at the moment. So we will stick to GC that it's kind of getting the rejection I don't want. What I didn't want it to do over here, but let's see. I refer to this using the range, right? So you can clearly see that retail, if price will go over here, retail are not buying, right? And if price goes to these areas, now retail are starting to buy, and we need to take the low and go to the order block. So price can react from these zones towards the upside. It is rejecting. Because of the gold trade, I want to look for a position in NQ. As I said, this makes my thinking not the best, so I rather stick to it only. But let's just break this, right? So this 15-minute can really turn against us. So no need to be happy about this rejection from here. So we just need to wait and see what will happen. Price doesn't need to in particular go towards this zone, right? Doesn't really say anything, but this is a support that retail are not buying, so it can be a good area to bounce from. If price does something like this, fakes a bearish and FEG or anything like this, and inverses it, then it could be a good long. But yes, let's wait. So we did reject the downside. We've inversed this FEG. Not yet, but we will. And price can continue towards the next buy side, right, towards these highs. Okay, so I think if we are going to inverse this gap, right? If we are going to inverse this gap, I will make this trade a full risk. Why? Not because of the inverse gap, but because of the close below the support, retail selling, buy side target on the higher time frame. So I think if we inverse it, it has a good possibility to continue up. If it will not just dump down from here. Okay, so gold is doing hard time. The lows. Um, okay, so pumps. Let's hope this is a real pump and not a fake one. Okay. So let's do a recap. So I don't know if the people have changed in the live stream. So I'm in this gold trade from right almost 15 minutes after the open, like about half an hour in this gold trade. This is would be the first target that it's taken over here. Sorry, this is the first target. From here, we can move to BE, and this is my final target. I wanted to add more after inversing this gap, so I think this will be done right after inversing it. Why I'm adding more, like from half risk to full risk? Because not because of the gap, but because we've closed below the support. I think that actually gives more quality to this position. So we didn't inverse the gap, so I'm not adding anything. Of course, price can just pump. If it will pump too hard towards the lows, then I will pass on adding, and we will stay with the half risk. Let's check NQ. So NQ is going up. I do think it will go up. So it could be a good trade over here, but I will focus on GC. So we were right with our analysis that price needs to go up, not in the timing of the entry. So how do I control my risk? I just understand the quality of the model over here. When I've entered over here, I had the chance in my mind that price might grab my stop, my low before heading up. So this is why the risk was low. So we've inversed the gap. I will add full risk. So I've made it full risk over here. So now entered A1 over here. So let's see the magic happen. Let's check silver maybe. So silver has taken the sell side and it's not really moving from here. Um, Silver is too early to go up, right? So in order to see some sort of upside, I wanted to confirm returning over here or over here, then I'd be able to long. So that's definitely not the best sign for GC. Um, so I'd wanted to move it to B in these regions. Why? Because when I'm looking at over here now, I see on the 1 hour that we are on this support area. I also see um, that this candle can just go down, right? No actual um, approval that this will stand. So I do want to move to be somewhere in this zone, right? That it will move away from this zone, take some one maybe the first up buy side, and I will move over to BE. Let's check NQSC, it went down a bit. We might even cook for us along towards this buy side today, maybe below this low, right? Putting an alert on in case it will happen. Then maybe after taking this low, we can do some sort of right manipulation the low, and we can go towards the buy side. Okay, so yes, it's taking its time. Boring trade, right? All of the day. In drawdown, managed to get out of drawdown. Um, After a quick look on the higher time frame, uh, I think I will be aggressive with the break even due to its how it looks on the 1 hour. I will change it to be in the 1 hour with this uh, close, right? And I don't really trust this 1 hour candle. So after taking this high, I might change my stop. I would like to move to be after the first buy side, this one actually, but depends on the reaction. Let's check Nasdaq. Yes, went up from here. So it's heading towards the buy side, right? Towards this high. Really, really good for the swing, right? I'm just riding the swing all the way from this low. Yes. Let's check the swing. we did for, right, we didn't do the 4 hour, right, close. Okay, so we've taken the equal highs finally. Instead of moving to B, right, I'll remove 50% over here. This will be like the risk, right? I added more risk over here, then I remove it over here, and this is more satisfying, right? So now after closing above the resistance, this becomes an area where we need to expand hardly towards the upside, right? Visiting these zones, just enter retail buyers, something that we don't want to see for continuation. And if we are going to visit the zones, this means that we are probably not going to meet this high today or in this session. So I hope we will start to see some aggressiveness enter, right? Otherwise, it will be bad. Let's check silver. So silver is somewhat of placed a low, doesn't really say anything yet. Right, pricing just dumped down. So you can see it did happen. I actually missed it. So we had this bullish market structure. Now we've taken the high. This made this low, the safe low, right? That retail are placing the stop losses, right? The retailers who buy it over here place their stop loss like this. Now price is taking the stop losses, accumulate this zone, return to this zone, making them think price will do something like this, and creating sell side at the lows and creating buy side at the lows and buy side at this high. So this could be actually a good long that I missed because I was focused on GC. For more confirmation, you could also long this inversion. So yes, the 5-minute candle is closing, and Nasdaq is almost at the marked high. The time we've marked the session start, day start, right? Told you guys it will reach this high. Didn't trade anything on it today. At least the bias was right. So we've got the alert of NQ, right? Let's see. Arriving to its daily target. So we finished with NQ for today. So how we could take the trade only, right? This is not a loss of us. So this is the only trade for today. that we could have take. We didn't take, right? Missed it. We've taken the sell side. Why this sell side? Because we have the structure. We've taken the high. Now retail are placing the stop loss over here. Price was accumulating below retail stop loss, making them feel bearish. We've returned to give retail a chance to short, right? Over here at the resistance. Now this is the trigger for a long with a stop loss at the low over here and a target at the high. Didn't take this one. Also this is an entry, but we've waited for a proper 4 hour close that we didn't got, but the moment we expanded we needed to adjust and enter the long, right? GC, same area. I'm waiting for the first buy side target. Why this first? Because it's the first high above the 5-minute, 15-minute resistance. So I'll wait for price to reach it in order to remove 50% of my position. And 50% of the position, and hopefully after taking it, seeing it expand higher. And we were close to a stop loss with this one, but yes, this low acted protected is protected because retail were aiming towards it with their TPs that they've shorted over here. Now think of a retailer that have short over here and their targets over here, and how stressful this trade would be for him. The key is not to be stressed within this area and not try to cut the loss, right? Just let the trade run. So silver is climbing from here. Might even take a swing on it, right? Later on, without thinking about the day trading. I think this is just a manipulation and it can continue higher, of course. Gold is definitely taking its time. Okay, so it didn't reach the buy side. Let's just recheck if it really did not reach the buy side. Okay, so yes, this is. So over here we can see that this is the market structure, right? This is the support. So again, it doesn't have to happen, but in order to long, I want to see at least one of these sell side getting taken. It doesn't have to happen, but this is the only thing that could be for a long over here. If it go up from here, then it's great for them, but I won't bet on it. Okay, so I wanted to see a green close uh, just for the sake of the expansion, right? Didn't happen. So you can ask your questions, right? If you have any. Of course, price can just expand from here. Okay, nothing stops it, but you need to understand the probability game. So if trading this retracement where everyone are buying, right, it's just low probability because no one promises you the price won't do something like this and then go up. But let's say you have this bearish structure. The moment you take the low and price returns over here, now it promises you that this low is safe, and price can go higher, right? So the key is to understand um, how to build this setup, right? Not how to just take it. And yes. Like over here, see price is given a chance to sell for the masses and manipulate down. I didn't take the low, right? So this low is somewhat safe. Let's visit Bitcoin. Let's see something has changed. Not really. Okay, so price is close to the first buy side target, where I'm going to remove 50%. So price goes up from here. Uh, you see how price is expanded hard. You also wanted to see some more accumulation over here. And 1 hour close. So yes. So, So yes, I see people are starting to get out of the live because this is boring. Yes, I understand. We might even have an entry on NQ on the PM session. Of course, it's not going to be recorded on the live, but if on the PM session, right, you arrive to the PM session, we didn't take the high and we did take the lows, then I would like to enter some sort of a long. It will be interesting. Okay, so some rejections from the resistance. Nothing too triggering. So this push is about to take the 50%. We are not going, we are going in a good pace, right? But just because it's the 5 minute and 3 minute, just takes time, I guess. And we visited a lot of the trade time in drawdown. Let's check silver, the same zone. Okay, so 50% removed. 50% of the trade, let's just adjust it. Okay, so um, after taking this high, it's more like a riding or just dying. So let's see. Okay, so I'm not speaking because there are no questions, right? Uh, and we are just viewing this. So this trade turned up. So I actually have a recording if you would like to understand why I've taken this trade and all of this. I will share it in the recording zone. This trade turned up to be a good one, right? Even if we go to the break even, it's still securing 0.5 hour. Now, I actually did something that I love over here, so I've entered over here with half risk, right? Taking account that we've taken this high and we have delivered from a support on the higher time frame. Now, after price was able to inverse this gap, close below the support on the higher time frames, more checks were aligned. This trade will look way better. So I added the second half of the risk over here that I have removed it over here. Trade management was a great one. Also read NQ in a very precise way. Didn't execute it properly, right? But yes, I'm happy with the achievement of GC. So now we've arrived to this resistance. Possible to see some sort of rejection, but I think overall today we are going to meet the daily high. High price is just stuck within this resistance and eventually it will meet this high. Yes, so let's wait for it. So it's about almost 2 hours from the session start. Um, right, 2 hour work day. Yes. Okay, so um, some few letters. Okay, so we've taken those highs. I believe price will just sweep aggressively through them, so I don't even mark them. Uh, okay, so I actually think um, our swing is doing great. Um, okay, so I think the moment we are going to pass this high, I will start moving the position. Um, I don't think I will hold it towards all-time high because price can just do what it would want until all-time high, so I'm okay if I'm moving it a bit before. I'm not going to leave a runner either. Right, I'm satisfied with this one. Um, Gold price is really stretched, right? And I anticipate some sort of a rejection, right? Some sort of manipulation downside. So I don't think leaving a runner is the right call over here. It was deep down in those areas might be right call, but not over here. So I'm satisfied with this position. Let's just see. Let's just hope it will visit a bit higher, right? Because I don't want to close it over here. Price is in this resistance, and we also have those buy side. So I do think it will reach it. Right, just a question of time. Also, I see not a lot of people are in, so looks like we will take this high, and I think I will close on the live stream. And maybe we'd still have this NQ trade during the PM session. We'd see. Okay, so the moment we are going above this high, I'm moving my stop loss over here, and what will happen will happen. Okay, so I think I will close the live over here. Right, see no people left, but I will uh, leave alerts about this trade in the live analysis. I hope you enjoyed it, and peace.